Somewhere on this planet right now, over 2 million soldiers stand at the ready under a single flag, the largest standing army in human history. Meanwhile, just a few thousand miles away, a force of barely 100 men guards the world's smallest nation, dressed in Renaissance-era uniforms, carrying halberds, and sworn to protect one man. This is the extraordinary spectrum of military power on Earth, a world where some nations can field armies larger than the entire population of many countries, and others rely on a few hundred recruits to call themselves a defense force. We live in a time when global military spending has smashed through $2.5 trillion for the first time ever. Nations are arming faster than at any point since the Cold War. And yet, tucked between the giants are micro forces so small they wouldn't fill a single high school gymnasium. Today, we are counting down the 5 biggest armed forces on the planet, then flipping the script entirely to reveal the 5 smallest. The contrast is jaw-dropping, the history is fascinating, and by the end of this video, you'll never think about military power the same way again. Let's get into it.
Coming in at number 5 among the biggest is Russia, officially the armed forces of the Russian Federation. Established in its current form on May 7, 1992, following the dissolution of the Soviet Union, Russia's military is the direct heir to one of the most fearsome war machines in human history. With approximately 1.13 million active duty troops and around 1.5 million reservists, Russia fields the world's 4th largest standing army by active personnel, but ranks 5th when total combined force is considered. Its military is organized into 3 primary branches: the ground forces, the navy, and the aerospace forces, alongside independent strategic rocket forces and airborne units. Russia's 2024 defense budget stood at roughly $149 billion, consuming 7% of its entire GDP, a wartime-level allocation driven by its ongoing conflict in Ukraine. What truly sets Russia apart is not manpower, but firepower. It holds the largest nuclear arsenal on the planet, over 5,500 warheads, and operates a fleet of ballistic missile submarines and strategic bombers that give it genuine global reach. Despite severe logistical challenges exposed by the Ukraine war, Russia remains one of the most dangerous military forces in existence. At number 4, we have India, the Indian Armed Forces, established formally in 1947 following independence from British rule, though its institutional roots stretch back through the British Indian Army to the 18th century. India currently fields approximately 1.45 million active military personnel, making it the 2nd largest standing army in the world by active troops. Add to that roughly 1.15 million reservists, and the total force structure is staggering. The Indian military is divided into 3 services: the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force, all under the supreme command of the President of India. India's 2024 defense budget crossed $74 billion, and the country is one of the world's top arms importers while simultaneously pushing an ambitious domestic weapons manufacturing agenda. India possesses nuclear weapons, operates aircraft carriers, fields advanced ballistic missiles under its Agni series, and maintains one of Asia's most capable air forces. With ongoing border tensions with both Pakistan and China, India's military is not just large, it is operationally active and battle-tested along some of the world's most contested frontiers. Number 3 belongs to the United States Armed Forces, the most technologically advanced military in the history of civilization. Officially established on June 14, 1775, when the Continental Congress voted to create the Continental Army, the U.S. military has evolved over 2.5 centuries into a 5-branch colossus comprising the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and Space Force. Active duty personnel number around 1.35 million, with an additional 800,000 in reserve. But raw numbers tell only a fraction of the story. The U.S. defense budget for 2025 reached a staggering $921 billion, more than the next 8 largest military budgets on Earth combined. America operates over 13,000 military aircraft, more than the following 3 countries combined. It fields 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carrier strike groups. No other nation has more than 2. The United States has over 750 military bases in more than 80 countries worldwide, giving it a global footprint no other force can match. By every metric of power projection, logistics, and technological superiority, the U.S. military stands alone.
Number 2 is the People's Liberation Army of China, and it is coming for the top spot fast. The PLA was officially founded on August 1, 1927, born out of the Nanchang Uprising during the Chinese Civil War, making August 1st a celebrated national holiday in China to this day. With approximately 2 million active-duty personnel, the PLA is the single largest standing army on the planet. It is organized into 4 primary services: the Ground Force, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Rocket Force, plus specialized arms covering space operations, cyber warfare, and joint logistics. China's 2024 defense budget reached $314 billion, and military analysts estimate the true figure, accounting for hidden expenditures, is considerably higher. The PLA has undergone a breathtaking modernization over the past 2 decades. Hypersonic missiles that no existing defense system can intercept, a growing fleet of aircraft carriers, advanced stealth fighters, and a satellite and cyber warfare capability that rivals the United States. China's stated doctrine is called active defense, but its military posture, from the South China Sea to Taiwan, tells a story of aggressive expansion in every direction. And the number 1 biggest armed force in the world by total personnel is, perhaps surprisingly, North Korea. The Korean People's Army was established on February 8, 1948, and today it represents the most militarized society on Earth by proportion. North Korea fields approximately 1.28 million active-duty soldiers, the world's 4th largest active force. But when reserves and paramilitary formations are counted, the total swells to an almost unimaginable 7.58 million personnel. That means roughly 1 in every 4 North Korean citizens is counted as part of the military machine. The country operates under a doctrine called Songun, meaning military first, which places the armed forces above every other institution in the state, including government. The military receives priority access to food, fuel, and political power in a nation where ordinary civilians frequently go without. North Korea's arsenal includes nuclear weapons, intercontinental ballistic missiles capable of reaching the continental United States, and one of the largest artillery forces on the planet, much of it positioned within range of Seoul. Small in technology, enormous in numbers, and operating under total secrecy, the Korean People's Army is the most unusual number 1 on any military ranking in the world.
Now, we flip the script entirely. From armies of millions to forces you could fit in a single office building. At number 5 among the world's smallest is Iceland's defense force. Iceland is the only member of NATO, the most powerful military alliance in history, that maintains no standing army whatsoever. The country abolished any semblance of a traditional military after World War II, when U.S. forces who had been stationed there to defend the island simply departed. What remains today is the Icelandic Coast Guard, founded in 1926, with approximately 200 active personnel, 4 patrol vessels, and 4 aircraft. That is Iceland's entire national military contribution. The country relies on its NATO membership, specifically bilateral agreements with the United States and Denmark, for its actual territorial defense. Despite having no soldiers, Iceland is far from defenseless. Its strategic location in the North Atlantic, sitting astride critical submarine routes between Russia and the open ocean, makes it one of the most geopolitically valuable pieces of real estate on the planet. NATO would never let Iceland fall. At number 4 is Antigua and Barbuda Defense Force, was established in 1981. The entire force consists of just 245 personnel, 170 on active duty and 75 in reserve, with no paramilitary component whatsoever. To put that in perspective, a single U.S. Army infantry battalion has more soldiers than the entire Antigua and Barbuda military. The force is organized into an Antigua and Barbuda Regiment, a service and support unit, and a small coast guard. Its primary missions are not warfare, but disaster relief, drug interdiction, search and rescue, and support to the police in maintaining law and order. For actual national defense against a foreign military threat, Antigua and Barbuda relies on the Regional Security System, a collective defense agreement with neighboring Caribbean island states, as well as its membership in the Commonwealth, with the British Crown still serving as commander-in-chief of its armed forces.
Number 3 goes to Monaco, the second smallest country in the world, nestled on the French Riviera. Monaco maintains no traditional army. Its security forces consist of the Carabiniers du Prince, a ceremonial guard unit founded in 1817 by Prince Honoré IV, with only 255 personnel. Their duties are largely ceremonial, protecting the royal palace, providing an honor guard, and maintaining the pageantry of the Monegasque state. For real military defense, Monaco relies entirely on France under a long-standing treaty. French forces are responsible for Monaco's territorial integrity, essentially making the glittering principality a French military protectorate dressed up in carabinier uniforms. With a population of only 38,000 people and an area of just over 2 square kilometers, Monaco's defense posture is less about soldiers and more about diplomatic shelter under a powerful neighbor.
At number 2, St. Kitts and Nevis, the smallest independent nation in the Western Hemisphere by both population and land area, operates the St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force, established in 1967 upon associated statehood with Britain. The entire force numbers just 300 personnel, organized into an infantry unit and a maritime unit. The country also participates in the Regional Security System, the same Caribbean collective defense framework that covers Antigua and Barbuda. What makes St. Kitts remarkable is that its military is smaller than many private security firms, yet it maintains a formal command structure, conducts regular training exercises, and participates in regional peacekeeping. The maritime unit patrols the waters around the islands, focusing primarily on drug smuggling and illegal fishing, the real threats faced by a small island nation with no foreign military enemies.
And the smallest armed force on the entire planet is the Pontifical Swiss Guard of Vatican City, the world's smallest country and the world's smallest army, a perfect pairing. The Swiss Guard was founded on January 22, 1506, when Pope Julius II formally welcomed the first contingent of Swiss mercenaries into papal service. That makes it not just the smallest army in the world today, but one of the oldest continuously serving military units in human history, over 500 years old. Its current strength stands at approximately 135 guards. Recruitment is strictly limited to Catholic Swiss men between the ages of 19 and 30 who have completed basic training in the Swiss military. Every guard swears a solemn oath, taken on May 6th each year, the anniversary of the 1527 sack of Rome, when 147 Swiss guards died defending Pope Clement VII, to lay down their life for the Pope if necessary. Their iconic blue, red, orange, and yellow uniforms, often attributed to Michelangelo, though historians debate this, make them one of the most recognizable military units on Earth. Behind the pageantry, however, these men are trained in modern close protection techniques, armed with real weapons, and take their mission with absolute seriousness.